Welcome to this look at a mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the construction map. This is a mod map by the Lort. It's 106.86 megabytes download. It's had a couple of updates, and this is part of my Maps I Missed series with MrSealyp. I'm picking them off one at a time. And this is it's a curious one, because this started off, I think, the main intention being this was a complete build your own map, not just farm, build your own map. A little bit like No Man's Land, that kind of thing, but even flatter than No Man's Land, void of much more than No Man's Land. And in the updates that followed, some extra things were added in, including a forest, a biogas plant, a couple of bits and bobs here and there, which is interesting, some extra soil textures and things like that. Now, the map looks like this. So as you can see, pretty bare, pretty open, pretty barren. We do have the start farm, so our new farmer, plot 5 here, which is 193,392, has the start farm. We do also start with field 5, plot 2, and we also start with the biogas plant on new farmer. Farm management start from scratch, you don't start with the biogas plant plot. It's only 150,480. You buy the plot, that gets you the biogas plant. We can get rid of some of the building stuff. What I will say is, though, the field plots, which are the main ones here, which some have contracts on, there are contracts available. We've got an extra crop type, field grass, which I'll talk about in a moment. We have got, say, smaller to medium around the main farm, which is fine. But then we move out and they get really expensive. So as far as it goes for kind of gradually building your farm up, most of them over $1 million, some, as you've seen, over 2, and that one over 3. So you've got to really work your way up. Some of the buildings can be removed. We have got some buildings we're going to look at here, some productions and a sell point. These productions can be removed. Up here we've got the animal dealer, and we've got a fast food restaurant, which can't be. The biogas plant can be. We'll have a look as we go. So sleep trigger is just here at the main farm. Now all of this can be removed if you want to. Slot count on new farmer is 938. On farm management start from scratch is 839. Difference being you don't start with any of the vehicles or machinery that the start farm has on new farmer. I got the slot count down to 647. There are some caveats, provisos with that. As you can see, the main barn here is the one with the dip in it, and the workshop is the one that's got the bays underneath. If you remove those buildings, you'll have holes there, but you can landscape those flat, that's not a problem. The only building I couldn't remove here at the main farm was the fuel tank. Everything else I could, which was a curiosity. Now, I said about extra crop type, field grass. So if we go into our vehicles and machinery and whatnot, if we go to our seeders, you'll see the extra crop type next to grass, you've got field grass. And if we go up to our headers, it's our regular headers that can harvest them. So field grass is a crop type you can harvest. Now, if we come out of here and we go into build mode, added in by the Lort, we've got under containers, just there we've got a water fountain. We have got under tools an electric box, but you can charge your electric vehicles. I haven't come across one. It's interesting these things have been added in, but they're not actually on the map, so there's as additions. Farmhouses, we've got a few, but again, weirdly, this farmhouse is a standard in-game farmhouse, which is that one. The modded ones that have been put in by the map maker aren't on the map, but they are available if you want to put them in. And then we go from there to productions. We've got one factory added in, biomass heating plant, and that's different from the normal one because normally it's just a sell point. This one, you bring straw, you bring wood chips, you get heat, and you get solid fertilizer out, but there's not one on the map. So I'll put one on later on and I'll show you that. If we go to sell points, and this is related to what I was just saying about the field grass being an extra crop type. So the sales station added in by the map maker. Things will start to scroll across now. So you plant your field grass, you harvest it with a regular header. Now I'm not sure whether you can cut it as grass and bale it, but it's showing a regular header for it as well. There's no sell point for it, which is weird. If you go into the sell points and you go into everything that can be sold, it says no sell point next to field grass, which baffles me. Anyway, Then we've got nothing under greenhouses, orchards or generators, nothing under animals. If we go to our decoration and others, we have got some additionals put in, and again this is just for you to build up your map however you want. And then landscaping is where things really rock and roll. Paint textures, wow, when we start rolling through these, there's quite a few to choose from. Under trees, do we have anything under trees? No, I think it was just plants actually. Double check that. I need to check lighting actually. But under plants, we've got a few. So if we go right to the end there, so we've got this one here, cultivated texture. We've got a ploughed texture. We've got various different plants, and then we move on to these textures as well, including thimbleberry and stinging nettles and foliage, stones, all sorts of stuff. So all of that's been added in. Now, that was something I was going to check under decoration, because I'm sure it said in the description there was lighting, but I can't see anything, which is, it says lamps added. Nothing showing there either. This is another one. I don't know how I missed this mod map. I don't know when it came out, where I was, what I was doing, why I didn't look at it, but anyway. So as we've already seen, sleep trigger is just there. With up the side, fuel tank here which can be refilled. Okay, maybe not. This is... How can that not be working? Okay, weird. Water point just here. Farmer 400 silo just here. Standard crop types. Then up in the back of the building here, our start machinery on new farmer. Apart from our pickup, is all in here. So we start with the harvester header and the header trailer. We do have 3 tractors. Front weight, we have a trailer, cultivator, and we have our seeder. Then we come down the yard. Storage barn there. Again, that's got a silo kind of attached to it, but hasn't technically got a silo. There's no workshop trigger here at the main farm either, but you could put one in. And then we've got our pickup just here. So it is the construction map. It is build your own map, really, when you look at it. We do, strangely, one of the updates did say added chicken coop. It did say added diesel tank, but I can't do anything with that, which is weird. But chickens, we've got 260 out of 360. So on new farmer, we do start with this, but on farm manager start from scratch, the pen is still here, still has animals in it. You just need to buy the land for your access. We've got a large greenhouse that still needs to be purchased, although it's on the land you start with. That's still 10 grand to purchase, but again can be removed. Then we've got the sell point, and that's what surprised me. I'll show you what I mean. If we go into here and we go to our prices menu, if I scroll to the bottom, so we've got missing field. They all say missing field type, but on the right hand side, no selling point. So the field grass is a bit of a quandary. Then we've got the heat. I shoot, that just sells. But then this one, I've had this on other maps before. Missing field type, soy drink. There's nothing put in by the map maker for soy drink. If you go for all the factories, the dairy doesn't produce it. There's nothing else modded put in. So, and I haven't got premium expansion enabled. I haven't got platinum enabled, but I did test them to see if anything else popped up. It's a curiosity, I'm going to say that. Bakery, grain mill, oil mill, just here. Now all 3 of these can be bought and can be removed. If you do that, it will look like this. From here we're going to whiz out across the countryside towards the fast food restaurant and the animal dealer. There's no sell point animal dealer, but again, with this being a build your own map type map, it is flat, so you can just go wild with it, whatever you want to do. Valleys, mountains, hills, forests, whatever you want to put on, just absolutely go for it. Or just have one huge field that runs. And like I say, once you run out from this main area, it is all just open. And like I said, it can be bought in plots. They are quite expensive, but you can work your way up. Or if you want to put money in and buy the whole map and just, like I say, just go wild on it. It is that scary prospect of a completely, I say completely blank canvas. We have got these bits on here, but for all intents and purposes, blank canvas. This land can be bought as well, so if you do want to add a sell point in for bale sales or productions, anything related to the livestock market, you absolutely can. So fast food restaurant there, and our livestock market animal dealer just there. I'm going to whiz across the map because, like I said, one of the updates does say forest added, and it depends how you like your forestry. Whether you prefer it to be more natural, higgledy-piggledy. There's a few trees, there's a few here, but they're not your standard cut with a tree harvester type trees. Or whether you prefer a more structured forest, a more organised, you know, plantation type forest. This is more of a plantation forest, but it does give you some trees off the start if you want to do a bit of forestry and you want to dabble in that. It's kind of, I mean, realistically, this would make a fantastic test map for doing mod reviews and stuff like that, because there's not really much else on here, and you've got your main vehicle workshop, and then everything else out around it is just open ground. So as far as testing things goes and trying things out, awesome. But as far as having a go at building a map, it's the perfect candidate. So there's your forested area. We come down through here, we've got farmers market, sell point just there. We've got sawmill, which is a standard sawmill, just there. We got the vehicle shop and workshop trigger just there, and this is also the reset point on the map. Then we come next door, and we've got the biogas plant. Like I said, we do start with this on new farmer, but not farm management start from scratch. It's a standard biogas plant as far as what comes in and what goes out, as you can see, with digestate coming out. But again, the good thing with this being that it's only 150 grand anyway. We do start with the land, and I've said that repeatedly now. So what you can do, if you want to, again, if you're building your map from scratch and this isn't the biogas plant you want, the biogas plant can be completely removed. The silage clamps can't, but there's plenty of space to add them in, or just buy the plot of land south of it. Actually, something I didn't try. Can we remove the fences? No. Okay, so we can't expand out from there. Maybe it's these lamps it's talking about. Potentially. These lights around it might have been what were added, maybe. But the other thing I was saying earlier on, in factories, that's not on the map but it is in the build mode if you want it. If we go to our productions and we go along to, what was it? Biomass, just there. Let's swing that round and purchase it. So as I said, this one, you bring wood chip and straw. You get heat coming out, although that's also showing us no sell point for it. So I'm not sure when it's saying heat, it's not showing us an outgoing product. So with regard to, do you get paid for it? If it's not an outgoing product, then technically you don't. So what you're doing is simulating the fact that you're running the biomass heating plant to provide heat for the local area, but what you are going to gain from it is solid fertiliser. You have to bring a fair bit of it to get solid fertiliser out, which is a weird... I don't know what to make of this one. It's... Like I say, I don't know why I didn't look at it when it first came out, and like I say, we're now, what, 3 updates this had on it? I'm not sure why it hasn't been updated again, but if you are looking for a blank canvas map, and there are a few about, this is not, by no means, this is not the only one, but it's not a bad canvas to have a go, I would say. If you want to try your hand a bit of a dabble at landscaping, this is probably not a bad candidate. So there we go. That's the construction map by the Lort. I'm gonna chip away at these maps. Don't you worry. I'm gonna try to get through all of them, most of them. We'll see. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.